Hello, today I am taking a topic determinants. It is an extended part of a matrices. Okay, let us discuss with an example. Suppose there are two linear equations a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and the second linear equation is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. These are two linear equations. If I want to express these two linear equations in the form of matrix, then how should I express this? Because we know that the matrix, this is the procedure by which you can express any linear equation in that form. So I am going to express these two linear equations in the form of matrices. Okay. So I write here is a1 b1, it is a2 b2, it is x y is equal to c1 c2. Am I right? See, this is 2 cross 2, it is 2 cross 1, and this is 2 cross 1. 2, this 2 and 2 are compared, 2 cross 1, you are getting. So a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. This is the expression of two linear equations in the form of matrices. Okay. After that, we can see that there are three matrices. We'll discuss about this matrix. Since these are the linear equation, and let me remind you, class 10th linear equation, when we used to find out the unique solution, no solution, or infinitely many solution, what is the procedure of checking that how the equations are linear, they are having the unique solution or no solution? What is the procedure? The procedure is, if a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then the system of equations has unique solution. If a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2, no solution. And if all are equal, like a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2, c1 upon c2 are equal, which has infinitely many solutions. Okay. So here the first part is a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. You write here a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2. That means it is coming a1 b2 is equal to a2 b1, and a1 b2 minus a2 b1 is equal to 0, which determines that it has no solution. And if a1 upon a2 minus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 is not equal to 0, it determines that this system of linear equation has unique solution. That means it shows the uniqueness of the pair of linear equations. This is the part. So that is the part a1 b2 minus a2 b1, which determines that which type of these linear equations have. So this is the part which is derived from this part, determines. That means we will use the term a1 a2 and b1 b2 is called determinant. Which decides, we determine that which type of the solution the linear equations have. So this is a1 a2 b1 b2 is a determinant. Okay, and determinant is always written in two vertical lines like that. Suppose I have written this, that means this is a determinant value of a. Okay, it is not a modulus value, it is a determinant value of a. And determinant value of a, that means how to find out the determinant value of a. Suppose we are going to calculate it. So simply we can calculate it. Determinant is equal to a1 b2 minus a2 b1. That means this is the first element is multiplied by this one, a1 b2 minus a2 b1. And this is the numeric value of the determinant. It's okay. So if I want to define what is determinant, so simply in a single sentence, what should I tell? I can tell every square matrix is a determinant. Every square matrix is a determinant, because in a determinant you will see that the matrix will be square, the 2 cross 2, 3 cross 3 or 1 cross 1. Okay. How to solve the matrix? How to solve the determinant value of the matrix? We will solve like that. These two elements multiplied minus these two will be multiplied in 2 cross 2. If the determinant having a single element, that is the value itself of it. Now we'll have to discuss about if a determinant having 3 rows and 3 columns, then how to find its value. Okay. So that is called the expansion of rows or expansion of columns. One example I am taking, a general example, like suppose there's a determinant. This is the determinant which I am writing here. Let A is equal to, there's a determinant A11, 12, 13, A21, 22, 23, 31, 32, 33. This is the determinant 3 cross 3. And we want to expand. That means we are going to find the evaluate. Okay. When we are going to evaluate it, so there are many ways. Or we can extend the rows or we can extend the columns. Okay. Suppose I am going to extend, that means the expansion evaluate by expansion of row 1, first row. We are going to expand it by the expansion of row 1. We can evaluate by R1, R2, R3, C1, C2, C3. There's no problem. So we can expand by row R1. How to find the value? R1. In R1 there are 3 elements. So first of all I am writing the first element A11. A11 determinant value. A11. This A11, this is the element along the column and row. You can leave this along the row and along the column. The elements which are left, A22, A23, A32 and A33. Okay. Plus second element of row 1, A12. A12. Same procedure, leaving the row and column of A22. So when I leave the row and column, this is the row and that is the column. If I will leave it, left A11, A13, A31 and A33 plus last element of this row left 1, 3. Doing the same thing, 1, 3, leaving the row, column and row along this element. So it is coming A21, A22, A31 and A32. Okay. But one more thing which I missed, now I am putting here. A11. This is multiplied by minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, 2. Always we have to multiply by minus 1 by taking base, and power is in the form of the power of sum of these number of rows and column terms. Okay. So that you know minus 1 why we are taking, because whenever the power is in the form of even, the result is negative. Even, the result is positive, and it is in the form of odd, the result is negative. So minus 1 to the power 2, because 1 plus 1, 2. Here I can take minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, 3. And that is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3, 4. And what does it mean? The meaning is minus 1 is square, that means it is plus sign. So it is coming A11. And how to solve this portion? A23, A33, A22, A33 minus A32, A23. Okay. This is minus 1 to the power 3. Minus 1 multiply minus 1 minus 1 multiply minus 1, it comes minus signs. Plus minus minus. A12. It is coming A11, A33 minus A31 and A13. Plus minus 1 to the power 4, that is positive. A13, A21, A32 minus A31 and A22. This is the answer of this matrix or the value of the matrix A. Okay. So this is the multiplication of 3 cross 3. Same as we can find out the 4 cross 4 matrix value also. But remember, this is the term minus 1 to the power sum of these two. These are the indication of the element position. 1, 1, that means this is the element which is situated at first row and first column. That means here. Okay. So this is evaluate the expansion of R1, same as you can find the expansion of R2. When you're taking expansion of R2, we'll take row 2. So we'll take first A21 minus 1 to the power 3, leaving this row and the column. These elements. After that A22, leaving row and column. And third one is A23 minus 1 to the power 5, here minus 1 to the power 4, 2, 3, leaving the column and row. A11, 12, 31, 32. And solve it. Same as we can expand it by R3, C1, C2 and C3. So we can expand, we can find the value of determinant with the help of any expansion R1, R2, R3, C1, C2, C3. Okay. Now 1 or 2 questions I am taking for just solving it. From exercise 4.1, I am selecting 1 or 2 questions only. It's a very simple exercise. You can just extend it by extension of any row or column. Find out the value. Exercise 4.1. Evaluate the determinant. We are going to evaluate it. Okay. Suppose I want to take any 2 cross 2 like exercise 4.1. Question number 3 I am taking, which is if A is equal to matrix 1, 2, 4, 2, then show that determinant value of 2A, here we'll have to read this determinant value of 2A is equal to 4 into determinant value of A. Okay. So I have taken this question so that you will understand that this is the procedure. What is the relation of that? Determinant value of 2A. Okay. Determinant value of A is equal to, determinant value of A is equal to 1, 2, 4, 2. Okay. This is A. If I am going to find the value of determinant value of 2A, so what should I do? 2A. Here also I will write here, multiply 2 to all the terms, like 2 multiplied. So 2A is equal to matrix, it is coming 2, here is a 4, it is 8 and that is 4. Double, 2 multiplied to each and every element. So 2, 4, 8, 2. So now we are going to find the value of 2A. This is what is coming here, 2, 4, 8, 4. And how to find its value? 2 multiplied by 4 minus 8 multiplied by 4. Okay. 2 multiplied by 4, 4 to the 8 minus 8 multiplied by 4. So it is coming 4 to the 8 minus 8 4 ja 32. It is coming 24 with minus sign. Okay. So that means the value of 2A is equal to minus 24. Now we are going to find the value of 4 and A. 4. So first of all I am finding the value of A. What is A? A is 1, 2, 4, 2. It is coming 2 minus 4 to the 8. That means it is minus 6. What is the value of 4 into A? 4 multiplied by with minus 6, it is coming minus 24. You can see it's a minus 24 is equal to minus 24. Okay. So it is a verified. Now one question I am taking in the form of 3 cross 3. like this is a question, if A is equal to, sixth question I am taking, if A is equal to matrix 1 1 minus 2 and 2 1 minus 3, it is 5 4 minus 9. Question is find, what is it? Determinant value of A. Find determinant value of A. This we are finding. So determinant value of A, this is 1 1 minus 2, 2 1 minus 3, 5 4 minus 9. I am expanding it along R1, row 1, expanding along R1. So first is 1 minus 1 to the power 2, that means it is, I am writing here minus 1 to the power 2, it is 1, and leaving the row and column, what is 1 minus 3, 4 and minus 9. So result is coming, first of all just let me explain, minus 1 to the power 2 into 1, 1 3 this. After that second element from the row plus minus 1 to the power, this is what is the position of it, 1 2 means 3, and leaving this row and column, 1 is also here, leaving this row and column, 2 minus 3 and 5 minus 9. Third one, minus 1 to the power 4, because this is the position first row, third column, 1 plus 3 4, minus 2, and in the determinant what should I write here, leaving this column and row, 2 1 5 4, 2 1 5 4. Okay, this is the expansion 1, this is 1, leaving this column and row, 1 minus 3 4 9, 1 minus 3 4 9. Second is 1, leaving this column and row, 2 5 minus 3 minus 9, minus 3 minus 9. Third is minus 2, leaving this column and row, 2 1 5 4. And here minus 1 to the power 2, because this is the element position is 1 1, 1 plus 1 2. Its element position is 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, and its position is 1 3, that means it is 4. Okay. It is minus whole square, that means it is plus. We'll solve it. Minus 9 minus minus plus 4 3 ja 12. It is overall minus sign here. 9 2 ja 18 with minus 18, minus minus plus 5 3 ja 15. Minus 1 to the power 4, it is plus sign, but there's a minus 2. So I'll write here minus 2, and it is 4 2 ja 8 minus 5. Minus 9 plus 12 plus 3, minus 18 plus 15, minus 3 plus minus 3 plus 3, and it is 8 minus 5, 3, 3 2 ja 6 minus 6. So result is 3 plus 3, 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So what is the value of this? The determinant value of this matrix is 0. Okay. So these are the questions from this exercise. I hope you will solve, I think, all remaining question of this exercise. I don't think so any problem in any of the questions. Now we'll have to discuss about the properties of determinant. We are discussing about the properties of determinants. Properties of determinants. Okay. Properties of determinants. Properties of determinants. It's very important. We should memorize these properties of determinant. One by one I am writing with an example. Okay. Property number 1. If all the rows are converted into the columns, if all the rows are converted into the columns in a determinant, then the value of determinant remains unchanged. There's no change in it. Okay. all the rows are converted into the columns, value remains unchanged. For example, suppose this is the value of delta, its determinant A, B, C, D. Okay, and if I will write here transpose of it, and it is coming A, B, C, D. Okay, so in this case, all the values, all the rows are converted into the columns, the value of determinant remains unchanged. That means both the values are same. Okay, like AD minus BC, it is AD minus BC. There's no change. So what should I write here? Determinant delta is equal to delta transpose. Property number 1. Okay, will you remember it? If all the rows are converted into the columns, then the value of determinant is unchanged. Property number 2. If any two consecutive rows or columns, are exchanged, then the value of determinant will be opposite to the value of the first determinant. That means opposite in sign. For example, this is a determinant AB and it is CD. And I am going to change it R1 exchange by R2. Then what happens? R1, R2 are exchanged. So CD and it is AB. Now here what is the condition? The condition is it comes minus sign. That means minus. Okay. Got it? Any two rows or columns to be exchanged, then the value is opposite. See, this is AD minus BC. It is BC minus AD. If you will take minus sign common, AD minus BC. Okay. So what is the second property? If any two consecutive rows or columns are interchanged, then the value of determinant is negative or opposite in sign. Number 3. Property number 3 says, if any two rows or columns are identical, that means they are same, then the value of determinant is 0. If any two rows or columns are identical, then the value of determinant is 0. Like this. Suppose it is AB and that is also AB. These are identical. AB minus AB, the value is equal to 0. Okay. And same thing in the 3 cross 3 also. Number 4. If any one of the rows or columns, all the elements are 0, then the determinant value is 0. For example, A, B, it is 0 and 0. Then the value is 0. Okay. That is fifth one. Fifth one is after that, next is in that we can write here, if the determinant is expressed in the form of elements terms. Determinant in the form of the sum of two or more elements in a determinant, that can be expressed in the form of sum of the determinants. Let me give you an example. Suppose this is a determinant. It is A plus B and C plus D upon PQ. Okay. Here the elements are given in the addition term. That means the two elements are added here. This is the first element. So if I want to express this, I can write like this: AP and CQ plus BP and DQ. We can express in the form of sum of different determinants. AP, CQ plus BP, DQ. Okay. And any determinant can be expressed in the form of exchanging the rows or columns by multiplication of any non-zero scalar quantity. Like R1 is replaced by R1 plus 5R2. R1 is replaced by R1 minus 7R3, whatever it is. So any row or any column can be expressed in the form of sum or difference of two rows or columns with multiplication of non-zero scalar quantity. Okay. So these are the properties of determinants. We will use these properties of determinants. Actually, this is the property of determinants we already used in row transformation method. Okay. In row transformation method, we have used it. So there are total 6 properties of determinant. We will solve the biggest question in exam. It is asked that solve the question or evaluate without direct multiplication, or evaluate without expansion, or find the value of determinant with the use of properties only. Okay. So we will have to use the property for finding the determinants. Right. These are the properties. Once again, let me tell you. Property number 1, which says if all the rows are converted into the columns, then the value of determinant is not changed. It is unchanged. Number 2, if any 2 consecutive rows or columns are exchanged, then the value of determinant is opposite in sign. It is in the plus sign, then the answer is in the minus. If it is in the minus sign determinant, then it is in plus sign. Sign in opposite. Property number 3 says, which says if any two rows or any 2 columns are identical, then the value of determinant is 0. Property number 4, if any one of the rows or any one of the columns having all elements 0, then the value of determinant is 0. Property number 5 is if in any row or in any column elements are given in the form of sum of 2 or more elements, that can be expressed in the form of sum or more of other determinants, like this. Okay. And property number 6 says any 2 rows can be added or subtracted with the multiplication of any non-zero scalar quantity. So these are the properties of determinant. Using these properties, we'll have to solve the questions of exercise 4.2. Okay. So I'm taking exercise 4.2. Exercise 4.2. Some questions I am selecting from exercise 4.2. Question number, any numeric term. Suppose I want to take numeric term. Okay. Question is using the properties of determinants. Simple, the question is given directly, the instructions are there, using the properties of determinants. Okay. Third question I am taking. 2, 3, 5, it is 7, 8, 9, and third column is 65, 75 and 86 is equal to 0. Okay. How to solve this determinant? First we analyze, first column is, it's very small, 2, 3, 5. Second column is 7, 8, 9, and third one is 65, 75. It is having 2-digit elements. Okay. Now let us find out the relation between first 2 and 3. First, second and third. 7 and this is 7. It is 2, 8. It is 3, 9. It is 5. Here's 86. If I will multiply by any term here, 7, 7 ja 49, 7, 8 ja 56, 7, 9 ja. 7, 9 ja 63, and if I add here 63 plus adding 2, 65 is here. Same as 8, 9 ja 72 plus 3, 75, and 9, 9 ja 81 plus 5, 86. Okay, understood? So how to evaluate this one? 7 multiplied by 9 plus 8 multiplied by 9 plus 3. 9 multiplied by 9 plus 3. Okay. So that means simply I can use the term. Suppose if I want to change this term. What is this? It is column 2. So may I write here C2 is replaced by this. In this, all these elements we have multiplied by 9. 9C2 plus C1. 9C2 plus C1. If I multiply 9 to all the elements of this and adding C1, then what is the term? Let A is equal to this. C2, C1, this is 2, 3, 5 remains unchanged. There is no problem. C2. C2 multiplied by 9. 9, 7, 63 plus 2, 65. It is 75. It is 86. And C3 is 65, 75 and 86. What is the value of it? Because two columns are identical. See, since two columns are identical. Two columns are identical, therefore determinant value of A is equal to 0. So what is the value of this? Is equal to 0. Okay. So this is the use of properties for finding the value of determinant. One question number 6. This is a small solution of it. This is 0A minus B minus A, 0 minus C and BC 0 is equal to, we are going to prove that it is 0. Okay. You can analyze this determinant and you will see that the diagonal elements are 0. If diagonal elements are 0, what does it mean? It may be skew symmetric. Okay. Let us consider that A is equal to 0A minus B minus A, 0 minus C and B, C, 0. Okay. If I'll convert all the rows into the columns, then there's no change in the value. A dash is equal to 0 A minus B minus A, 0 minus C and B, C, 0. Okay. Both the determinants are same. What does it mean? A is equal to A dash. A is equal to A dash. They are same. Okay. So A is equal to A dash. They are same. What does it mean? A minus A is equal to 0. A minus A dash is equal to 0. Okay. A minus A dash is equal to 0. So what does it mean? Or in other words, you can write here, this is A, that is also A. We are going to add them. A plus A, 2A is equal to 0. The second way of this also. This is the value of A plus this is the value of A plus A. Adding both of them, A plus A is equal to 0. So 2A is equal to 0. And therefore A is equal to 0. Okay. Because when we are going to add them, A plus A dash, if you are going to add, because A dash is equal to A, both are same. And when we are going to add them 0, it is 0, 0, all the elements are 0. So A plus A dash is equal to 0, that means A plus A is equal to 0, 2A is equal to 0, therefore A is equal to 0. So its value is 0. Now taking question number 8. Question number 8, again using the properties. 8 question first part. 8 question first part. It is 1, 1, 1, ABC, and it is A square, B square, C square is equal to AB, A minus B, B minus C, and C minus A. Okay, A minus B, B minus C, C minus A. Using the properties of determinant, we are solving it. Using the properties of determinant. When we are solving the question, first of all, we'll try to make maximum elements 0, so that it is easy in expansion of it. So how to make maximum elements 0? Suppose this is a R1, R2, R3, 3 rows are here. So may I write here R1 is replaced by R1 minus R2, and R2 is replaced by R2 minus R3. Then what happens if I do it? R1 minus R2, it is 0, A minus B, it is A square minus B square. R2 replaced by R2 minus R3, 0, B minus C, B square minus C square. Third is 1C and C square. Okay. After that, A minus B, it is A square minus B square. That means we will write here 0, A minus B, it is A minus B, A plus B. Here is a 0, B minus C, it is B plus C, B minus C. 1, C, C square. From the first row, we'll take A minus B common. In determinants, we can take common from the rows. So here A minus B is common. The second, B minus C common. 0, 1, A plus B. Here's a 0, 1, B plus C. That is 1, C and C square. Okay. A minus B, B minus C, got it? After that, if I want to use the property, there is no problem. I can use it. Direct expansion, A minus B, B minus C, and when I use it, taking column, expansion by column wise, C1, C2 and C3. So these two elements are 0, 0, then this entire term is 0, only 1 is left. So may I write here direct 1, leaving this column and row. What is coming here? 1 multiplied by B plus C minus 1 multiplied by A plus B, minus A minus B. So here B and B cancel, and finally it is coming A minus B, B minus C and C minus A. Okay. So here I think I did not tell you one thing, that in determinant, if you want to take any element common, so that element should be taken common from any one row or one column. By the way, in matrix, what happens if we are going to multiply it by any element to the matrix? So this number or this term will be multiplied to each and every element. But in determinant, what happens if I am going to multiply it by a particular element? So that would be multiplied by any one of the rows or any one of the columns. Okay. Now taking a question number 11. Question number 11, first part. It is A minus B minus C, 2A, 2A. You will see always there is a symmetry in the question of determinant. 2B, B minus C minus A, and 2B. 2C and 2C, and starting from A, B, and now it is C minus A minus B. C minus A minus B is equal to A plus B plus C whole cube. Okay. Now this is the question. Let us discuss how to solve it. And before solving the question, you can see the right hand side term also. That's we are proving that A plus B plus C whole cube. Okay. That means A plus B plus C. How to get A plus B plus C? That means which operations are used so that we'll get A plus B plus C. Okay. This is very important to see the right hand side term. Okay. And I have got that what is the procedure so that we can make any one of the rows or any one of the columns in the form of A plus B plus C. Right. This is minus B has a 2B. It is minus C. It is 2C. So what does it mean? I can do one thing. R1 is replaced by R1 plus R2 plus R3. If I do it, then what happens? Going to R1, R2, R3, A minus B plus C minus 2 plus 2B and plus 2C. So what is the first term? R1 is, right here, A plus B plus C. A minus B minus C plus 2B plus 2B minus B plus 2C minus C plus C. Same as here, 2A minus A, 2C minus C and B. So it is also A plus B plus C, and that is 2A plus 2B plus C minus A minus B. So it is A plus B plus C. What happens now? All the elements of row A plus B plus C. 2B, B minus C minus A, 2B, 2C, 2C and C minus A minus B. Okay. What should be done? Taking A plus B plus C common. If I take A plus B plus C common, it is 1, 1, 1. Here's a 2B, B minus C minus A, 2B and 2C, 2C, C minus A minus B. Okay. Here you can see that in a row all the columns equal to 1. So I am making maximum 0. For making maximum 0, what should be done? C1. C1 is replaced by C1 minus C2. C1 is replaced by C1 minus C2. And two operations can be used together. But the second will not affect by the 1. Operation 1. C1 replaced by C1 minus C2. And C2 is replaced by C2 minus C3. Okay. So if I use these two operations, what happens? C1 minus C2. So it is 0. 2B minus B plus C plus A. A plus B plus C. 2C minus 2C, it is 0. After that, 1 minus 1, 0. It is B minus 2B minus B minus C minus A. So I take minus sign common, A plus B plus C. And third one is 2C minus C. So it is C plus A plus B. So that is again A plus B plus C. And third is 1, 2B and C minus A minus B. Okay. Outside A plus B plus C already there. Now what happens? You can see the column 1, A plus B plus C common. You will see the column 2, A plus B plus C common. So outside what is coming? A plus B plus C whole cube. Because 1 A plus B plus C is already there. 1 A plus B plus C from the first column and 1 from the second column. A plus B plus C whole cube. Remaining terms I am writing here in the determinant. 0, 1, 0. Here is 0, minus 1, 1. And third one is 1, 2B and C minus A minus B. Okay. So that is coming A plus B plus C whole cube. And obviously we know that the value of this term should be coming 1. Okay. These two elements are 0. I am extending row wise. R1, R2, 0, R3. Only taking R3, leaving this column and row 1 minus 0. So it is 1. So final the value is A plus B plus C whole cube. Okay. So that is one of the important questions of this exercise. Now I am taking from this exercise a question number 13. It's a very interesting and very important question. And very interesting also. By the way, you will not get any clue from it if you see only left hand side term. But if you see both the terms, left hand side and right hand side term, I think you can understand. Question number 13. Using the properties 1 plus A square minus B square 2AB minus 2B 2AB 1 minus A square plus B square and 2A 2B minus 2A 1 minus a square minus b square is equal to 1 plus a square plus b square whole cube. 1 plus a square plus b square whole cube. Okay. Let us check once again. 1 plus a square minus b square, 2ab minus 2b, 2ab, 1 minus a square plus b square, 2a, 2b minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Okay. It's a very interesting question. 1 plus a square plus b square. We focus on that term, right hand side term, 1 plus a square plus b square. How to make elements in the form of 1 plus a square plus b square? That is, I think, the biggest task in this question. 1 plus a square plus b square. We are not getting anywhere. It is 1 plus a square plus b square. If you will see carefully, this element number 1, a11. 1 plus a square is already here. How to make it b square? This is minus b square. That means we need here minus b square plus 2b square will be added. So how to add 2b square in it? How to add 2b square? Minus b square is here. If we are going to add plus 2b square, then I think 1 minus a square minus b square plus 2b square. And you can see that row 2 and row 3. In row 3 there is a 2b. If I will multiply here with b, so it becomes 2b square and adding to r1. Okay. Then what happens? Here also multiplied by b minus 2ab, adding here it becomes 0. And same as this term. Okay. So what should I do in that? R1 is replaced by R1 plus b multiplied by R3. You know that this is the property. Any two rows or columns can be added or subtracted with the multiplication of any non-zero scalar quantity. So as a non-zero scalar quantity is b. So we can multiply it by R3 here. Okay. So new term I am writing here. 1 plus a square minus b square plus 2b square. It's okay. 2ab minus 2ab. Okay. And third is minus 2b plus multiplied by b. b minus a square b minus b cube. Okay. This is R1, first row. Second row remains as it is, no change. 2ab, 1 minus a square plus b square, 2a. And 2b minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Okay. Next step. 1 plus a square plus b square. Okay. Here 0. That is minus 2b plus b. Minus b minus a square b minus b. If I'll take minus b common, then what happens? 1 plus a square plus b square. Yes. Minus b is common. Minus b. It is minus b. Minus a square b. And it is minus b cube. 2ab. 1 minus a square plus b square. (2ab), 1 minus a square plus b square, 2a, 2b, minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Okay. 1 plus a square plus b square can be taken common from first row. 1 plus a square plus b square. We have got this term. What is coming here? 1, 0 minus b. 1, 0 minus b. It is 2ab, 1 minus a square plus b square and 2a. Elements are reducing now. I hope you are happy. 2b minus 2a. 1 minus a square minus b square. Okay. 1 plus a square plus b square whole cube. We have taken one common only. Now let us make another 1 plus a square plus b square. Let us make another a square plus b square. What should be done? This is 2b and if I will multiply it by a and subtract it, then it is 2ab cancel. Multiply by a minus 2a square, subtracted 2a square minus a square, a square. It is also doing the same thing. So here what should I do? R2 is replaced by R2 minus a R3. R2 is replaced by R2 minus multiplied with a and subtract from this term. Okay. Then what we are getting? We are getting 1 plus a square plus b square, 1 0 minus b as it is. What is coming here? Here multiplied by a, 2ab minus 2ab, it is 0. Here multiplied by a, it becomes 2a square. And when we are subtracting, so it becomes plus 2a square. 1 minus a square plus 2a square, 1 plus a square plus b square. Okay. Here multiplied by a, 2a minus a. So it is coming a plus a cube plus ab square. Okay. Multiplied this term by a and subtract from it. So when I multiply it by a, it is coming a minus a cube minus ab square. And when we subtract it from it, so 2a minus a, that is a plus a cube plus ab square. So if I take a common, what is coming? 1 plus a square plus b square. Okay. And third step is 2b minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Now you see that the second row, from where we can take 1 plus a square plus b square common. So I will take 1 plus a square plus b square common. So it is 1 plus a square plus b square whole square. And remaining term is 1 0 minus b. Here is 0, 1 plus a and 2b minus 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Okay. We got it this term. After that, we can extend. We can extend it. 1 plus a square, 1 plus a square plus b square whole square. And I am solving this. Direct expansion. Expansion from R1, row first. So taking 1, leaving this column and row, 1 multiplied by this. 1 minus a square minus b square. 1 minus a square minus b square minus plus 2a square. Plus 2a square. Okay. Second element 0. So everything is 0. Third is minus b. Minus b. Leaving this column and row, it is 0 minus 2b. Minus 2b. Okay. So final step is coming 1 plus a square plus b square whole square. And when we calculate this term, 1 minus a square plus 2a square. It is 1 plus a square minus b square plus 2b square. Minus b square plus 2b square, it is plus b square. So it is 1 plus a square plus b square. So what is coming? 1 plus a square plus b square square into power 1, it is 3. Okay. So friends, this is the solution of question number 13. Okay. One more question I am taking, question number 14. So these type of questions where you're not getting any idea, any clue, you will see the right hand side term. And something I think you should keep in your mind also. Otherwise, these are the questions will not be solved all of a sudden. So you should practice of these type of questions. Number 14th I am taking, that is a square plus 1 AB AC AB B square plus 1, it is BC CA CB and C square plus 1. And this is equal to, we are going to 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square. 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square. How to make it 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square? We are having here 1 plus A square, but plus B square and C square. What should be done for this? Here one symmetry, as I told you always, that there's a symmetry in these type of questions. See, A square plus 1, it is AB, C. In all there's A, here's a AB, B square, BC, AC, BC and C square plus 1. Okay. I think first of all we should take A common. Okay. So I'll take A common from column 1 or row 1, anything. I am taking column 1 A common, from here B common, and from here it is C common. So A common from the first row column, B from the second column, C from the third column. Okay. If I take A common from here, what is left? A plus 1 upon A. Because nothing is here, so I'm taking A common, A plus 1 upon A. It is B and there is a C. From here I have taken B common, so it is A, B plus 1 upon B, and it is C. From here there is a C common, A, B and C plus 1 upon C. It's okay. After that, because on the right hand side we want 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square. And outside there is ABC. How to remove this ABC? For that we have only one option. We'll take 1 upon A, 1 upon B and 1 upon C common. So if I take 1 upon A common from the first row, 1 upon A common from the first row, 1 upon B common from the second row and 1 upon C common from the third row. So it is coming ABC already here. It is ABC. 1 upon A common from here. If I take 1 upon A common, what does it mean? This 1 upon 1 multiplied by A and divided by A. So 1 upon A common, what is here? 1 plus A square. It is 1 upon A common, A square. It is also A square. From here I have taken 1 upon B common. So B square. This is 1 plus B square and B square. Same as here, C square and 1 plus C square. Okay. ABC cancel. And now you can see all the elements in the form of 1 plus A square, B square, C square, 1 plus B square, C square, 1 plus C square, A square, B square. What should I do? R1 is replaced by R1 plus R2 plus R3. If I replace R1 by R1 plus R2 plus R3, it is 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square. It is also 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square and 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square. Remaining terms I am writing here, it is B square C square. Here is 1 plus B square C square, that is B square, and 1 plus C square. What is common? 1 plus A square plus B square plus C square common. It is 1, 1, 1. B square C square. Here is 1 plus B square C square. And that is B square 1 plus C square. After that, what should be done? We are trying to make elements 0 as much as possible. So here I can make the element 0. C1 is replaced by C1 minus C2 and C2 is replaced by C2 minus C3. C1 is replaced by C1 minus C2. 0. It is minus 1, 0. 0, we cancel 1, and it is c square minus 1 is equal to 1b square 1 plus c square. Okay, 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square, and I am going to extend it row wise. R1, R2, two elements are 0. Direct I am taking 1, leaving this column and row, it is coming 1 minus 0. So final answer is 1. So that means 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. Okay. So here this question first of all will have to make the term in this form. And that's why I told you that you should remember that always you will see the right hand side term, that what we are going to convert. That means in which format we are going to convert, accordingly we have to prepare from the left hand side. Okay friends, thank you. So after that we'll have to start next exercise, that is area of triangle and then adjoint and many more things. Until then, bye, and please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.